Hello, my name is Morgan Potter, and today I will be presenting on the no promo homo laws in Arizona. Let's get started with the history of the law. So it was originally created as a compromise across political parties to provide education regarding the epidemic of AIDS and HIV in public schools in the 1970s. So there was one side that was wanting to educate young children or teenagers on AIDS and HIV prevention, and there was another side saying, well, we don't want to promote same-sex relationships. So this was the compromise, and specifically in Arizona, the language of the law just states that teachers are permitted to educate on AIDS and HIV, while they are not allowed to promote homosexual relationships or homosexual sexual interactions. This law became a barrier in the communication of the HIV epidemic's impact on predominantly gay men in the late 1980s because they were not allowed to share what demographic this was impacting the most. While the Equality Federation uses North Carolina, Utah, and Arizona's repeal as an example of what Texas should be striving for, as they still have no promo homo laws in place, and highlights statistics revealing that this policy has a negative impact on the educational outcomes of LGBTQ plus students. The changes that the repeal has led to are not as stark as desired. So this law has been repealed in Arizona. However, the behavior of educators has not changed that much. Throughout her literature review, Ho highlights controversial viewpoints expressed in Arizona regarding some people's desire to promote abstinence-based teaching and others advocating for change to help all children understand the importance of healthy choices related to sexual interactions. While the law does not restrict educators as much now that the repeal has been made, the opinions of the parents of their students dictate their behavior through fear of rebuttal. And so we are seeing that educators truly have not shifted their behavior all too much within the state of Arizona. Before I get into the advocacy plan, I do want to highlight the research that Ho shared within her data analysis and just really share that this is negatively impacting the well-being of students within the LGBTQ plus community as far as their desire to go to school, their desire or their opinion of how supported they are, the perspective of their inclusion within the education system, their desire to continue education. It's all being negatively impacted because they are not being taught according to the lifestyle they are living. All right, so now let's get into the advocacy plan that I have set in place. GLSEN suggests that findings from their research brief demonstrate that the current educational environment for LGBTQ students is untenable and must improve in order to provide LGBTQ students equal access to an education, which is the reason why I feel inspired to take action within my community as a resident in Arizona. Researching the topic of no promo homo laws and the implications they have in Arizona, which I reside in, has sparked a desire to make change within my community, which I plan on doing by spreading awareness among my colleagues. I've already began doing this because I did not know that this was a law at one point and have seen the implications of this as a student raised in Arizona and as an educator. And I also wrote an email to my legislator really highlighting the next steps and ways that we can work together to improve the current climate of the public education system. Which takes me to my proposition. Within the email I composed, I suggested that the legislators begin the conversation of the injustices within the public education system regarding sexual education. So while the repeal has made it look on paper as if there are no prejudices, we are seeing through research that they still exist. And so I believe the collaboration among educators, along with conversations within legislation, can spark change. My hope is that we get something on the ballot that mandates sexual education to incorporate all realities of sexual relationships, including those experienced within same-sex partnerships. I believe it is very important to make all students feel heard, feel relatable, and really our education system should be addressing factors that are the reality of the climate we are living in. And the more that we are aware of these cultural norms and the struggles that we are having to promote them within the public education system, the more we are able to make change. And I did want to share the references I used within this presentation. It has been an honor to learn alongside all of you this semester, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.